Welcome back to Her Life Fully Lived, the show for women who have built the career, ticked the boxes, and are still lying awake, asking, is this really all there is? Today's conversation goes somewhere a little different. My guest is Meilin Ehlke, a world-renowned artist and healer who has spent the last 10 years helping people reconnect with something deeper than achievement, their own source wisdom.
Yeah.
Meilin works through art, sound, and intuition, guiding what she calls illuminated leaders to stop editing themselves and start blooming into who they actually are. Meilin, I'm so happy that you are here. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me, Anja. I'm really excited because it's so important
Yeah,
that we women are who we are.
yeah, this is so true. So, my dear listeners, if you've ever felt that quiet restlessness underneath, a life that looks complete on paper, that sense of longing for something you can't quite name, this episode is for you. Today, we are talking about what it means to translate light into art, why some emotions stay locked away for years, and what happens the moment a woman finally lets her light out, unedited. Get
The fun.
comfortable. This one might ask something of you too. So, Meilin, you describe yourself as a translator for divine light. What does that translation actually feel like in your body the moment it's happening?
Ooh, I have been doing this since I'm a little girl. It feels easy.
Yeah.
But if I watched others, I'm also a physical channel, so I can see and notice when other people change their being, their form, their structure. It's a struggle a little bit at the beginning to familiarize yourself with light. It feels though very uplifting if the light comes through. It creates movement within the body, within you. It creates a skip in your walk, yeah, and because you become curious, you know you're part of everything and not separate. That really is what makes it feel exuberant.
Mhm.
That's a fun word that just comes.
Yeah,
And
it's like,
inspiring. Yeah, it's like a sparkle within you.
mhm, yeah. That's also when you do something very exciting, or when you are really connected to nature, or is it the same feeling?
10x it. Because nature is, there's two things I often say. We're so used to go to nature to be filled up. But when you shine your light through, like everything else in the world, right? The trees don't hold back, the animals don't hold back. They have this knowingness, I'm going
Mhm.
to call it, of being who they are. So when we then go with that knowledge, or you go into the forest, let's say the forest, or onto a meadow where the sun shines, and you start communicating with the sun or with the tree, you notice that you glow as beautiful as they do, and suddenly there is no inferiority,
Mm.
right? We don't put someone else on a pedestal when
Mm.
you shine bright and you move into the world knowing who you are,
Mm.
because we're light beings, like everything existing out there.
Yeah. So you once helped someone uncover in minutes what years of talk therapy hadn't touched.
Oh, yeah.
What is it about that space you create that gets underneath the words so fast?
One is a life experience,
Mhm.
training, uncovering the ancient wisdom. Since I'm a little girl, I've been looking for the people that are ancient and carry this knowledge. I don't know if I read it in books here and there, and I said, "Oh my God, I want this too. Oh, I want to meet these people. I want to know how you can do it." I can remember I was Then already also in the 30s, I wanted to get deeper. There was a book, Aragon, and he explained what the elves could do. And the ancient 1,000-year-old elf, was teaching him to feel everything what was below him, deep down in the earth, the movement of the worm, the bacteria, the growth of the roots, but at the same time to feel the clouds where the birds are. And I wanted that too. I wanted to feel everything. I wanted to notice. So now I know it's being aware what is around you. And when you're aware, then change comes fast, and then also speed. I'm fascinated by speed. I think in my shamanic circles, they all laugh at me. Just recent time. And that's what we learned again, something very, very old from the ancient ones. And, they coined me the speed addict. But anyway, when it can go fast and simple, that is how it should be. And light does that, and sound. It goes together. Uh, because sound we can't pull together. It has no words in our vocabulary. Often the words have something that may construct us, depending what we experienced in with that word in our own life, or in our culture, or even our ancestors. So it's the biological material that reacts to words. And if you take the light from a source, there is no connection to anything because it comes from the one mind, and that can change fast. And it's for people or plants or animals. I make no difference. Yeah, this searching or uncovering what I can do or what can be done and what each person can do is what created this possibility, if the person is ready, because it's not, yeah, easy, then a lot of things change in life. And then it's doable and it's fun.
Yeah. Especially right now.
Yes.
So let's try something live. If a listener closed their eyes right now and simply ask, "What am I longing for?" what would you invite them to notice first? Their breath, a color, a memory?
No, it's the tingle within the body. Yeah, because that is the whole. Does it tingle in under your skin, on your skin, and the air around you, deep inside of your stomach, or in your brain, on your cheeks, on your lips, that tingle. And to concentrate on that, and that enlivens you because it's your tingle, it's your exchange with your surrounding. You relate in this moment with everything within yourself, and that is around you. And also, you bring in your own wisdom at the same time. That also tingles.
This is wonderful. So you work through so many languages: dance, drawing, sound, touch.
Yeah.
How do you know which one a person is actually speaking in before they know it themselves?
Intuition,
Intuition. Yeah.
going into relation, also really relating to a person. I always notice, I know which one, and it's a combination. What is needed in the moment? We've forgotten so often what is needed. Sometimes it's just a beautiful conversation over a cup of tea. And then it may be as I invite them to get up and maybe just move a certain thing so they can feel themselves again, right? We have tightened up so much. We have become rigid, and we are movable beings, flexible beings, and learning again to sense how we like to move. All works together to make your own sound. I invite people also to make their sound. Sometimes sounds come from many different beings. I work with ancient societies, right? Star nations, trees. These sounds, they support the memory. not just memory like we think a memory or like memorizing a book, but this tingling,
mm,
this memory, this knowing what you are about, and you
mm,
can visceral feel it and know it, and it's unshakable.
mm,
That is the speed suddenly, right? You were asking me prior, Anya, about the speed. This unshakability where you just know that's yours.
mm,
You start moving different. Your voice changes. Many of us women, and we're here uh, inviting back what we are as a woman. We speak too high. The tone is too high.
mm,
We've used it. Many women should, when they open themselves up, the tone falls a little bit.
mm,
Yeah, it's really interesting. But then there's this different strength because our voice creates. It has a vibration. It has intent in it. We create also with our voice, the same as we create with our eyes, right? The light that shoots through our eyes.
mm.
And it has been made bad by, I don't know, sagas. That, but our eyes, the light out of our eyes touches a person really, really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
interesting.
then painting is what
Mm,
I draw something while I speak. Sometimes symbols come out. People
mm,
recognize
mm,
their own language. We're so different, all
mm,
of us. We come from different backgrounds. We have different relations to the cosmos. And yeah, and symbols again is it's speed. It's a visual. It's boom. It's fast.
mhm. Yeah, for me it's dance. When I dance, I'm directly aligned with my soul. I'm there. It's really
Yeah.
movement speaks to me, and also expression. Yeah, wonderful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's an ancient way of moving our own energy through our body. It's again
Mm,
this tinkle, and you
mm,
can dance even with. I invite everyone to try out dance without music because your
yeah.
body moves you, and
Mm-hmm.
we all prefer different dance.
Yeah.
And to try out different music, maybe find a music with drums, a
Mm-hmm.
musical with a flute that's more,
Mm-hmm.
or a harp that is more
Mm,
spherical, and another one like drums, right? They're the heartbeat, and if you find drums of shamans, brings you into a
mm,
different state within seconds, right? That's why they're called medicine drums. And in this higher state, it's easier to remember. There's less resistance. So
mm,
in a way, as you said prior, um, to remove the resistance in our body,
mm,
movement is important. Like Qigong, Tai Chi is a more structured way, but dance is a way of feeling the body and finding out how you can move.
mm.
And especially in Northern Europe, you're also German, Anja, right? We German women, we've trained for the last 400 years out of a military school. It was beautiful that we women, for such a long time, were able to go to maybe a school, and right? But we walk like soldiers. We walk
So
straight.
true.
We don't have the swing
Yeah.
that many other cultures have
Mm,
when they walk. Their legs are farther apart,
mm,
right? So the hips it can move freer.
mm,
They also can balance through that more on the head, on the
mm,
shoulder.
mm,
They can walk more up. I, not upright, but relaxed. Their
mm,
shoulders are relaxed, and the view changes. They can
yeah.
look different around themselves.
Mm,
Yeah, there's many parts to it, and then you're more aware. So if you're more aware how you and free how your body is, you go with the rhythm that is surrounding you. You walk different over the landscape.
mm,
You can feel the texture, right?
mm,
Through that, when the restrictions or the contractedness in your body dissolves, then you also feel more.
yeah.
You become more sensible to your surrounding.
Mm.
So yeah, dance is beautiful. Everyone dance. At home, when you walk in the woods, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Or go
Yeah.
dancing to a disco. There are not so many
Yeah.
discos anymore, but
Mm,
the big techno rave or a festival or with folk music.
Yeah.
Any music works.
Yeah.
Turn on the music loud or
Mm.
no music at all.
Mm.
Classic, just
Mm.
dance to it.
Yeah. So you talk about safeguarded emotions we embrace as we blossom. What's an emotion you personally had locked away for years and what finally cracked it open?
I never had the big crack.
Okay.
I wish, there's some people they had an accident or something. It was meeting people, animals,
Mm.
nature teachers that helped me always crack open a little bit more.
Mm.
And the biggest was one is really seeing how amazing we are and not feeling contracted. So you pull back. We women, many of us have that. Many of us are healers. And
Mm.
in our culture, since the Romans and the beginning of the church, we've been made small. Other religions have it too,
Mm.
right? We beforehand we were these women that were able to be the priestesses. We were healers. We
Yeah.
were wisdom keepers. We were medicine women. Yeah, many many more things. Midwives, and then that was all taken away because you take strong women away
Mm.
and a culture collapse. And the
Mm.
Romans were really good in that already. We're getting this back. And naja, in German culture, that is again, you have that where you're not allowed to be German. And and a little bit, I carried that. Yeah, like my mother was born in the war.
Mm.
So you heard the stories, you still
Yeah,
could
yeah.
feel what they went through, just being in their presence and
Mm.
it's feeling what. Being myself, being wise already as a child, you were kept quiet, and I can understand now, right? When I was born, 68, you were put in loony bins really quickly, right? Even the Kennedy family, when you were different.
Mm.
And as I already walked different because of cerebral palsy,
Mm.
and then also knowing what would happen in the future, being wise, telling adults what was going to happen in the next moments. They tried to quiet me, not on purpose, but just because she was also scared and, and,
Yeah.
and loving,
Yeah.
right? And it took a long time to pull that back out. I think I became very, very quiet then with about 5. My
Mm.
father told me that and later. And then it took almost to the 40s again to
Mm.
really open up and not be scared to share how
Mm.
I function,
Mm.
what I love to do, who I am. And maybe you asked about the biggest. The biggest thing was up in the mountains once. We went often into the mountains to communicate with the cosmos, and I threw my awareness, was an exercise, throwing your awareness on the mountain and then let the mountain throw the awareness on you. And on that day, it's a very funny thing. I can walk 10 times faster than normal sometimes
Mhm.
when there is a need, and especially if mountains pull me. And people can notice because normally I can't walk this way. And then I transform, and suddenly I can be like a sheep running, really, mountain sheep, and I can run up those
Mhm.
paths. So I was up there, did my homework, felt the mountain, communicate. On the way back, I slipped in a riverbed and a meter and a half, well, much probably bigger, boulder slipped after me and pinned me down. So there I really had to learn really quickly to use my knowledge.
Mm.
And the biggest initiation at that day is one, first of all, we're all one. And the all one, I had to merge in a way with that rock because
Mm.
it's heavy. My particles went into the rock and the rock with particles went into me. So I could withstand, but also then the rocks, the tiny little pebbles of the riverbed, a dry riverbed at that, do not feel pressed.
Mm.
And then believe that I would be found and help would be coming. Using my head because you can't scream there, no one hears you. It's a big
Mm.
waterfall
Mm.
beneath. But using your telepathic way, say I'm lying right here, I can see this and this. Northwest, maybe all these things. And I was rescued. That's a fun story too. 6 people got me out of that rock,
Oh, wow.
out under that rock, and lifted me away with a helicopter then.
Mm.
But I learned that we are connected. And
Mm.
that showed me whatever I thought before, and I thought maybe it's just I'm thinking about it and made me wrong, or I'm in my head. It was I need physical things to, in a way, to prove over and over that
Mm.
what I think or know, then I know it.
Mm.
So what I
Yeah.
think before and that I know, and that there is this possibility.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe that's the one major one where I physically could feel I'm one with everything,
Mm.
and everything is one with
Mm.
us.
Wow, what an experience. That leads me in my next question. Your art is described as something that flows through you rather than something you create. Take us into that moment. Where does you end and the flow begin?
With the painting, so sometimes I paint people for my clients. I
Mhm.
paint
Mhm.
a small one
Mhm.
or a bigger painting, or for art shows or
Mhm.
commission then when I was more in art. And sometimes it takes months
Mhm.
or weeks, days. I cannot say I have next week a painting for you, because if my body doesn't move, I cannot do anything. I can walk by the studio and 100,000 times. My hand doesn't take the brush. Things
Mm.
have to happen. It has to happen in the person who's going to view the art. It
Okay.
has to happen in my life
Mm.
and the surrounding. And it's like a click, and
Yeah.
then everything goes.
Yeah.
I've sometimes painted the day before I would go to a trade show in the morning, and that would be bought. Or I painted for the art show day of. And luckily I'm known, and they don't worry, they keep the space. Because then I can tune in who's going to be there. I know better who's going to be there. And then also the colors call me. What I work now with plant colors or earth colors, pigments, flower pigments. And so certain kind of colors called me, and then the form, and I can feel, and the hand moves, and even what brushes are being used. The water I use, I get own connection. It's not water. Sometimes I get water from outside, or a few drops in here. I have a little water bowl where plants are, and I get that because it communicates with it.
Mm.
Or I have moon or sun water. And even where the water I paint then on the canvas, it is a conversation with all of the particles.
Mhm.
So it's a co-creation
Mm.
for a person. And then if it's done, if a big that one, and then one young gentleman, he cried when he looked at it,
Mm.
because it then touches exactly where it needs to touch. It
Mm.
pinpoints, it goes deep
Mm.
when a person views the piece of art.
Yeah. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating.
Thank you. It's not easy, because
No.
you that's important for, I need to say that also for now I know that, and I've taught others, and others have experienced Meilin, and now they know. Oh, Meilin has, I hang the art and then I take it back home. Maybe I have just maybe a sketch. You think about, are you sabotaging? You're not good.
Mm.
All these things come up.
Mm.
Why can't you be like others? They got weeks before they're ready. They can pick one. They can show photograph it. Yet, all these things where we then speak badly to ourselves. That has to disappear.
Mm.
And it's relating to oneself.
Mm.
And we women are really good at that. And now we're trained to be really good at that. But now I think it is for us to come together and retrain ourselves so we can be this fluid and have less expectations of each other. This is
Mm.
so important, that
Mm.
we as women say, oh, you need time in this? Take all the time you need. You need
Mm.
rest? I'll do something different in the time. Right, that we go away from this boom, 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 or this planned da, da,
Yeah.
da. Because life isn't planned. Then, thunderstorm comes because first the wind has to wash through
Yeah.
and bring new information to our creative process. It's like your dance. You were speaking, why do you like to dance?
Mm.
So it's a different, do you dance a certain rhythm you have
Mhm.
learned in a class, or do you let, you spoke
Mm.
about letting
Yeah.
your beingness
Mm.
move you,
Mm.
and then you can explore yourself and you feel free.
Yeah.
So going away from this rigidness, and that we maybe tell ourselves, you have to have this by this, and if you're not a good person, or you're not a good artist, and you don't fit in, and blah 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 blah. You can say, but if I say it takes maybe months, when it's ready,
Yeah.
it's ready, and then it is ready, and people love it.
Can relate to it. Yeah. Wonderful. So many of the women listening are successful,
Mhm.
capable,
Yeah.
admired, and still feel that restlessness you describe, that sense of missing something they can't name. What is that ache usually pointing toward in your experience?
Have we been successful in a rhythm that is not ours?
So true.
Yeah. So we're
Mm.
a different generation. It changes a little bit in the
Mm.
younger generations. But if you're successful now, you're mostly our generation and a little younger.
Mm.
We became very masculine, or took on ways that were not our way.
Mm.
But it were the ways of the time. So
Mm.
that's that. We can't say what was bad, but
Mm.
to become aware of what happened,
Mm.
not to give it judgment, but to recognize it, and then we can change it if we recognize it and don't give it because it's bad or good. It just was this way, and that helped us to get into creating position, but it took us out of a rhythm. Not all women, yeah. But if there's this restlessness is also not feeling the quietness
Mm.
within, from where the movement comes out of.
Mm.
Going back to your dancing, Anya, if we move around with that other rhythm, we have to always push and close our own tight.
Mm.
Now, it goes for a while, but if your purpose here on earth wants to be lived now, and for many you are feeling it right now, because it's the time for us to become who we are. It has been told 1,000 years ago. We can feel it. The Dalai Lama told us this. The world is changing. Industrial way of life is imploding. We have less children being born in this world, so our roles have been changing. And what is this? And all of this change and this nudge of becoming, why are you here on this earth? And to bring that out and to live that, that is what is this restfulness, the restlessness now
Mm.
that many women feel.
This is so
And
true. I mean, we put this pressure on ourselves and think we need to get it done now. We need to be successful now. We need to
yeah,
achieve this and that tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah,
We put it on ourselves. It's really crazy.
yeah. But it were structures that are not ours. We're not
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah.
So in this industrial time created machines to do certain ways. But
Mm.
then what happened? We became machines in
Yeah.
a way
Yeah.
of thinking.
Yeah.
And we still now is AI. So we're all starting to think like machines. In a way, how can we unravel that
Mm.
and become
Mm.
humanity again? Or
Yeah.
what does it encumbrance? What does it really mean? Yeah, but we can't figure it out until we slow down. I always say it's like a when you get a new car, you've been driving a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, very rigid, fast, speed. But first you need a lot of force to step on that brake and stop it. It needs strength. And you have to build up that strength to hold that. That's a big engine. And even your foot,
Mm.
if you push down, right?
Mm.
You push it down, you have to hold it. You have to tighten your muscles, your legs, and you have to hold that steering wheel so it doesn't
Mm.
wear out. So you were able to stop that car. But what do? You sit there and you have to exhale and breathe. Because then, you have to recuperate your strengths before you turn off, take the key out or leave the key and open the door to step out. and then to get into a new car, maybe a roundish car. I don't know. Let's take a Beetle to think about it. It's a whole different
VW-Käfer.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, VW Käfer. And then you have to get used to it. You have to sit down and have to feel it, how the seat is, how the steering wheel feels. It takes time, and this is an important thing too. So it's this winding down, familiarizing yourself, and then we can then go ahead and drive in our way. Maybe it's a cabriolet now, or convertible, or and you slowly have different music playing it. Maybe you invite someone to drive with you, where before you were so speed fast. I have to be there, drive as fast as possible on the autobahn. Right? It's a different way of driving. You can't even see your surrounding because you're just watching that no car pulls right in front of you. But this is really beautiful, transferable to what we're going through if you're very successful and
Exactly.
have to find time for yourself. It's a decision you take and make, and then let it unfold.
And I think you just answered my last question. And the question was, if someone let their light fully out, no editing, no explaining, no shrinking, what does the world actually get to see what it's been missing?
Ooh, love,
Love.
light. Now, light, it glows. Also, if I touch something, I've been doing that since a little girl, it starts glowing. It's this recognition of two things relating and getting larger, of recognizing each other. You become freer, your particles pull out, right? They find their own rhythm in the body. They have their own rhythm there. We were talking about the rhythm. So then more light can come through, no restriction. You're more open. So whatever comes to you, if you now also if you do that to yourself, open up and your particles, you're not afraid anymore because you don't think something will attach to you. You just see, oh, is this particle that's coming from over there? We talk very physics. Interesting to me. Do I want to relate or not? No, then it'll just fly right through my body. So we don't need strength to shield ourselves anymore. Plants will be happy. You will notice that your plants in your house grow much faster in your garden. Yeah, I mean, to really notice. We emanate, not yeah, a light just is, it's communicating. It has a vibrancy to it and a sparkle, and it's a brilliancy. So for everyone who, some of you may see light, for others, I mean, a glow. When you look out over a vista, close your eyes a little, squint a little bit. Sometimes you can see a rim around something,
Yeah.
or there's light photography of where they photograph leaves. But you can just look outside now and you see there is a crispiness that has not been there a few years ago. That is that sparkle I'm speaking about. So more you feel in tune in the rhythm of light, because your natural state has returned. And in your natural state, oh, it's amazing. And I'm not going to say I'm always in it, but I'm very seldom not in it. But the moment
What
I
a
step
beautiful life.
outside, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy. Inside, it's more difficult. That's important also to tell people. Our architecture is really not, that's a whole different story. But if you're outside, go outside, sit in the sun, listen to the wind, feel the wind on your cheeks, watch the water, submerge yourself in water. If it's a river, a lake, or the ocean, and communicate. And in the water, or when you speak with the sun or are in the sun, let her know, or the water know, exchange the wisdom, because they know you have to share fascinating things as well. And when you see yourself, you have fascinating things to contribute because you're here for a reason. And mostly it's for love, of freedom, harmony. It's not a job description.
Yeah. Oh, Meilin, thank you so much for this fantastic and really exciting, and it's really inspiring what you told us, yeah, for this conversation. Yeah, for reminding us that blossoming isn't something we earn. It's something we finally allow.
And we are.
And we are.
And very important. We
Yeah.
are these beautiful beings. We
Yeah.
are a beautiful woman.
Mm.
We are a beautiful mother. And not the beauty of the beauty that the beauty industry gives us, but the beauty of that glow, of that light, of your sound, of your touch, of your energy that you leave behind when you go through a path on the street, when you go into the bakery, when you go into the woods, and the beauty when I touch a plant. So important to feel yourself
Yeah.
and your surrounding.
So true.
You're the medicine that is needed.
This is beautiful. Thank you so much. So, my dear
Thank you.
listeners, if something in this episode touched you, a phrase, an image, a feeling you can't quite shake, don't rush past it. Sit with it. Let it move through you the way Meilin describes. And you'll find Meilin and her work linked in the show notes, including how to connect with her directly. And if this episode moved something in you, I'd love for you to share it with a woman who needs to hear it today. Subscribe, leave a review, and come back next time for another honest conversation on her life fully lived. Until then, take good care of the life only you can live.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Anya.
Thank you, Meilin, for being here. Such a pleasure to have you.